Welcome to the Swampland Fractal. The swamp consists of two primary objectives. Firstly, a timed event, and secondly, a boss event. To begin with, we're going to start out by activating the time event known as WISPs. This consists of a set of 3 randomly selected WISPs from 6 possible locations. All 3 of these WISPs have to be brought from the spawn point to the boss entrance within a varying time interval. To begin with, I'm going to show you each of the different spawn locations for the WISPs. Firstly, we have the West Wisp. This one is mainly surrounded by traps, but if you get too close, you might also aggro the skelks nearby. Be sure to stealth yourself or use the safe spot on this rock. The entire swamp is littered with traps and enemies. The traps, however, is the main thing to avoid, as they will slow you down if you step in one. For the Spider Wisp, we're going to jump across these set of roots to avoid touching the eggs and spawn the spiders. If you do touch an egg though, either stealth yourself or try to kill however many spiders you've got on you before activating the Wisp. You can follow the same path along the roots to get out again. For the Drake Wisp, we can completely avoid the Drake by hiding in this little hole. Each of the Wisps have a safe spot and a route which is the safest. I'll make sure to show you all of these. The safe spot for the Northeast Wisp is right here. This Wisp is mainly surrounded by time traps. These are easy to shadow step across if you have a thief, or you can familiarize yourself with the timings and just walk through them. The northmost Wisp barely has any enemies around it, but regardless, if you do manage to pull a few enemies, you'll be completely safe up on this rock. The Skelk Wisp can be a bit annoying, as the Skelks hit really hard, though the Skelks can be fully avoided by standing on this rock. Preferably use stealth of some variety before leaving the rock. To get back to the drop-off zone, we're going to jump over this root in the corner. Be sure to just fall down, not like me who jumped down, or else you'll get yourself into combat from the falling damage. Finish by climbing this root for safety. And home. To show you how each Wisp is transported, let's start out with the Spider Wisp. Stealth for safety. Grab the Wisp. Climb over the rocks to avoid the spiders. Follow the vine wall on your left, and just to be extra safe, climb over these roots. Done. The Drake Wisp can easily be grabbed without getting aggro by using a Harpy Feather, thereby avoiding a lot of mini drakes as well. Follow the vine wall on your left. Climb the root to avoid the traps. And done. For the Northwest Wisp, I'd recommend getting a mobile profession to do it, as it can be a little long for some professions. Grab the Wisp. Once activated, you'll be chased by grasping vines, so you can't stand still for too long. Climb over this root, watch the traps. Second root, and done. For the northmost Wisp, I recommend using stealth, preferably long-lasting stealth, as we'll run right through the skelks. Climb this root. Don't jump like me, but rather drop down. Climb the second root. And done. For the Skelk Wisp, as I said earlier, it can be very beneficial to use stealth to avoid the worst damage. Grab the Wisp, climb this root, and the second root, and done. Lastly, we have the westmost Wisp. Wait for the time trap to go away. Grab the Wisp. Climb the root. Once all 3 Wisps have been placed, the door to the bosses will open. Now, some classes have a much easier time with the Wisp than others, so let's show off some tricks. Let's start off by showing how to get 2 Wisps with the Thief. Thieves can In a fringe case scenario, do all three, but I will not recommend it as a reliable alternative. In this scenario, however, we're going to start off by dropping a shadow trap next to the westmost wisp, and then continue off to the spider wisp. Instead of climbing the roots, we're going to stealth at the entrance. From here, we're going to shadow step to grab the wisp, immediately followed by a shadow return to fully avoid the spiders. Follow the left vine wall. Jump the root. Drop off the first wisp, and while moving, we're going to activate our shadow trap to return to the westmost wisp. Quickly grab the wisp, climb the root. Drop off the second wisp. If you have a buddy running the third wisp, the door will be open and you'll be done. For a Mesmer solo, we're gonna start off by dropping our portal at the drop off zone and then get in position to grab the wisps. Hide on the rock to give yourself swiftness and stealth, ideally with your continuum split. Grab the first wisp. Climb the root. Stealth again for safety. Use Mimic before dropping your portal here and take back the wisp you're carrying. Take the portal again, grab the second wisp and take the portal back with it. Because we used Mimic prior to dropping the first portal, we now have a second portal to drop here. Run to the last wisp. Blink in to avoid unnecessary aggro. Drop the portal, grab the wisp and enter the portal with the third and final wisp. With that, the gate will be open and your party can proceed. Swampland Fractal has two distinct bosses, which vary depending on the level. MOSSMAN and BLOOMHUNGER. For the most part, on the high levels, we'll simply encounter MOSSMAN, so let's begin with him. As you leave the water, your party can stack might in this little corner if you need, but we're simply going to charge him right off the bat. Ideally, you want to break his break bar immediately to stop the MOSSMAN from moving too much during his initial stealth. MOSSMAN has a few significant attacks that you need to mind. Apart from his cleaving auto attack, he'll throw axes which bounces between players. For these, you want to upkeep reflects as much as you can, or simply block them. Next up is his giant AoE attack, where he will cross his arms in front of him for a moment before cleaving anyone around him. Usually this attack happens right after he's stealthed, or simply right after he teleports himself to a player. You want to make sure you dodge this attack, as it can be devastating. In a group scenario, however, it can be hard to spot at times, and so if your group is unsure, make sure to bring a guardian who can upkeep blocks and party-wide Aegis. All around MOSSMAN, wolves will spawn. In a group scenario, you will barely ever notice them, as they simply get cleaved down from the AoE damage your party is dealing. Important to note, however, is that if several party members go into the down state, the fastest way to get them up is for all party members to attack the wolves, as you can rally off of these. When you get MOSSMAN down below the 20% mark, there's a chance that he'll transform into differing Norn spirits. This makes his melee attacks extremely dangerous. So if you make sure to possibly keep a safe distance with a watchful eye on him, as he may launch himself at you, and make sure to break his break bar to lock him in place for your party to more easily attack him. And that's how you kill the MOSSMAN. BLOOMHUNGER. This boss only occurs on the lower range of levels and does not even occur in the master tiers, but regardless, we're going to show you how to take care of it. Firstly, we're going to stack Might and Fury for the party at a safe distance and then engage him. Apart from his simple auto attack, BLOOMHUNGER has two specific attacks that you need to be wary of. The first one is his Shake attack, where he will throw off poison spores in all directions. All you need to do is not stand in them, both before they hit and for a little while after, as the poison may linger. The second attack is an AoE shockwave. BLOOMHUNGER will lift up one arm and bring it down rapidly. This will send out 5 shockwaves in a circle around him, to which your best bet is to simply dodge it. His third and final skill is a summon. He'll bring his hand above his head, though more slowly than the shockwave, before hitting the ground with it. This will summon 3 spirits, a Frost Spirit which gives him Might, a Storm Spirit which gives him Retaliation, and a Sun Spirit which gives him Fury. The only one of these spirits that you may want to deal with is the Storm Spirit, as the Retaliation can quickly kill you during a burst of damage. The other 2 spirits are somewhat inconsequential for you, as long as you just make sure to not get hit by the poison or the shockwave. And that is how to complete the Master Tier Swampland Fractal. Enjoy your loot. Until next time, we'll see you in the mists.